Okay, part 3. We got till 36 minutes. Can I remember that? Alright, so here's my email I just wrote there. And I said I wrote it offline. It's in that file, right? And nothing has changed. I'm right where the end of part 2 ended. I see that my voice was glitching when I was clicking, and so when I get all hard to understand, you see why that is. Okay, let's assume I wrote that whole email. Now, of course, if I want to copy and paste that back into my email to send you and say, why would you copy and paste it back and forth? Well, because like you have told me, sometimes you write an email and you type it all out, and then you hit the send button and the damn thing disappears and it's lost forever, right? And I've lost so many emails that I got mad, so I said I'm going to write them all offline. The other thing about writing them offline is if I wrote an email for 2 hours, I'm online for 2 hours. I think that the hackers, and for security purposes, it's not really good to sit there for 3 or 4 hours with your computer wide open to the world. And so if I'm offline and I write this whole email, I can take my sweet time, do it as much as I want. Now let's assume that I just finished writing this. I want to copy it back into email. Okay, well, here I go. So I'm going to just copy this. But now I'm starting at the top of what I'm writing. I'll go down and I'll copy out my email and this news article that I want to send you. I get them, then I'll go edit, copy, and now I'm going to minimize that. And I still have at the bottom there, you see my taskbar at the bottom, menu of that. I still have the X video thing that's recording this. I have the Tom file, the email where we just were, and here this Asian Talk Stock Tumble. I'll just bring that back up, and there we are. I'm going to open up a new tab. I hope you have tabs. And all we do is we go File, New, Tab. And here I'll click on my bookmarks, which I think for you is Favorites. And here's all my bookmarks, and halfway down here I got something called Gmail. That's my email. So I click on that. There goes my page for email. It's got my name in there already, ugakev@gmail. Sign in. Wow. Now that was very slow. And probably it's still glitching here. It's still loading and stuff. But anyway, this is my homepage, my email. And it's probably similar to yours. All these white ones at the top, they're new emails from you tonight. Thank you very much. And if I'm going to write an email, I go over to the left. I click on Compose. So I click on that. And now it's sitting there ready to say who I'll send it to. Well, I'll type T for Tom. And happily, this computer tries to help me out, and it gives me a list of all the people it thinks I might want to email. And you're right on the top of the list. So we click on the Tom, and wow, it typed your email in there, right? Subject, type in anything. Now if I go down here where I would type, I would ordinarily type this manually and say, hi Tom, whatever I'm doing. But just so you see, now remember I already have done the copy thing, so now I just go edit, paste, and bang, it threw in everything I typed. Whoops. It threw in everything I typed and the news article, because that's what I copied out, and you can see that's exactly what it did. I'm going to erase that. And now if I was to hit the send button, this would go to you. So that's exactly how I did that. You notice I've only been online here for about 2 minutes, and only an email about 2 minutes. So if I hit send and signed off, there would be very little time for a hijacker or anybody else to get into my email. I am going to discard that. and I'm going to sign out. And quite often I have a bunch of tabs at the top here. Let's say the next thing I want to open up is, if I go to, we'll go over to File, New, Tab. Here I might go work Google. Hello. And that might just, because maybe I want to get back to that. And you see now at the top, I got three tabs. I got the Google one, I got my email, and I still have the news which I went through. I'm going to open a fourth tab. File, New, Tab. I'll go to my bookmarks, and here I'm going to click on Model A Original way down here, eBay. And that always takes a little while to come up, and it probably is glitching my voice right now, but anyways, I'm sure you do this too. It says Model A Original. There's a bunch of stuff to look at, right? And if I sing, let's say this genuine original Model A Ford sediment bowl. In my case, I like to right click. I don't know if your mom will do it, but I'll do a right click, and I'll take the second choice and say Open Link in New Tab. I think I got one more minute. And if I was looking at this and I said it's a Malay thing, I think I'll copy out that eBay number and send it to Tom. Well, I'd go down here and do the highlighting trick, edit copy, and hit this wonderful button at the bottom. Actually, you see at the bottom here I still have your email there, right? So we'll just click on that. Up comes your last email there, and at the bottom I'm just going to go edit paste. And now, if I want to send you another email about that, I just throw in some lines so that I know my memory will throw in some lines so that I know. And you see I missed the I of item, but I copied out the important part, which was the number. And then here I could write a note and say, email this to Tom about, what was it? Sediment bulb. Okay, so that's some examples of copy and paste. I think we ran out of time.